What's going on, Taurus? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for March 2023. So in this reading, Taurus, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for March. We're going to take a look at some things you may not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you regarding March 2023, Taurus. But before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment, Taurus, to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we move through this reading. And I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, Taurus, definitely smash that like button. Subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. That would also be greatly appreciated over here, Taurus. So without further ado, I'm now going to pull the energy and we'll see what it is that would like to come through for you, Taurus, for March 2023. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Taurus. Okay, Taurus, so let's go ahead and get into this reading. The first thing we're going to do is start off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards from the universe. What messages does the universe have for you for March 2023? The first one is ask wonderfully and receive graciously. Ask wonderfully and receive graciously. This is really asking you to be open to receptivity at this point. I'm getting the message that you may have a hard time receiving, even though a lot of you are good at giving. Like when it comes to receiving what you really want and like what you really need, it's time to like be intentional about what it is that you want to receive from basically all your relationships. I'm getting this is from like love though. Okay, so ask and you shall receive when it comes to what you want in love. Like really get specific with what you want. And I'm also getting a message that a lot of you have like, you've put in a lot of good energy, like giving to other people. So now that when it's your turn to ask for what you want, it's like you don't have to do anything new to get it. Like you can just be open to receiving. So you may want to work on that if it's hard for you to receive, because many times that can be a little bit like it brings up issues of like worthiness. Okay, you also have fulfill your destiny as a cosmic change maker. Fulfill your destiny as a cosmic change maker. This energy is coming through as there's someone here that you're meant to help, who is meant to play a big role in this universe. And this person, for a lot of you, you know who this person is. They're either a coworker, a very close friend who's like very creative, or even your partner for some of you. What this message is you're meant to help someone course correct in March 2023. Like there's someone around you who, like, what I'm getting from this is you have like a missing piece that would help them with their own creativity, because this person is very important for them, for their creativity to blossom, for the universe to be like whole and complete and synchronized, if that makes any sense. So I'm just getting like for some of you, this is someone that you work with, like inspiring someone. Like, so there is an element of you giving your energy to someone, but I'm also getting the feeling that there's going to have to be a tough conversation that you have with someone about, hey, like being honest with them, even if they might hate you for a period of, or like not hate you, but they may not understand where you're coming from. but you need to plant the seed anyway. And a lot of you know exactly what this is about and who it's about when this creative person around you. You also have how can this be a wonderful win-win-win situation? So creating a win-win situation for yourself. I do feel like it's related to this cosmic change maker. I'm just getting like an image of someone that you talk to them a lot. They're someone who's been in your life for a long time, and you can clearly see like where they're messing up. And it's not your place many times to like tell people exactly where they're messing up, because sometimes they have to learn the experience of it, but you telling them something will be an experience for them in and of itself, if that makes any sense. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into your reading. And that energy of honesty will come back to you as well in a positive way. Your opportunity, Taurus, for March 2023 is the Five of Wands here. The Five of Wands is some sort of game that you could be playing with other people or the universe at large. I am getting an energy of like you should be more playful. We're going to have to see why this is your opportunity, but maybe to compete against people in a friendly manner and really step up to the competition around you seems to be some sort of opportunity. Now, your challenge is the Fool. So the universe wants you to move in a completely new direction in some sort of way in your life, but for some reason it's a big challenge for you to do so. So your challenge in March may have to do with a feeling of stagnant energy, especially in the physical world, like where you're living, where you're working, who your relationships are. I feel like you could be butting heads with people, but it's actually for everyone's best interest, right? Like, your challenge has to do with other people. For some of you, this is going to have to do with a partner, but for others of you, this has to do with coworkers or people that you're thinking about collaborating with on a creative project. There's something here, and for those of you that are just isolated and you don't have a lot of people around you, this could be to like get people around you, to move in a direction where you push yourself out of your comfort zone to get people around you. But for others of you, this like, you need to start relating to people to where you're showing your real self is what I'm getting from this very strongly, Taurus, where a lot of you are in a situation where if you were to bring your true, raw, authentic opinions and truth to the table in a relationship, like things might fall apart for a period of time, but it will actually be for everyone's best interest at hand. That's just what I'm getting from this, Taurus, okay? Now, when it comes to your overall general energy for March 2023, you have the Queen of Cups, the King of Swords, and also the Knight of Swords here in your overall general energy. These are 3 court cards, right? So there's a lot of people that you are going to be interacting with here, and you also have this Five of Wands as the opportunity. So I feel like you need to work something out with someone. This person could be quite stubborn. For a lot of you here, there is something to do with love and potential incompatibility with someone that you continuously try to overlook their shortcomings. The Queen of Cups, for some reason, is coming through as you. I don't care even if you're more masculine, you're still coming through as the Queen of Cups. And this Five of Swords is someone stubborn that you're around. We're going to have to clarify why it's here, but the Knight of Swords is also here. And so this shows me that there's some sort of like quickening. The Knight of Swords is a very fast-moving energy. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of changes in your relationships if you can be honest with yourself in March. Now, when it comes to what you don't see coming, you have the Knight of Wands, you have the Nine of Cups, and you also have the Tower. What this is showing to me, Taurus, is you're going to have an urge to bring your own unique desires and what you need from a relationship to the table, or even you, once again, being in the role of a helper to someone, whoever that person is that I'm telling you that you know where they're messing up. This could be a creative person, but for others of you, if you don't have that career, business, creative person around you, this has to do with love. This has to do, Taurus, that if you were to honestly admit to your own unique needs, Nine of Cups, I feel there could be some sort of destruction in a relationship with you and someone. Okay, now you also have the Knight of Wands in what you don't see coming, which is adventurous, and you have this Knight of Swords in your overall general energy. So I feel like things could be really moving, like once you have the courage to admit to whatever this Fool is about, this new direction that you want to move in your challenge, things are going to start quickening, but it's really up to you. to get that moving. And then we have in your advice, you have the Judgment card, the Nine of Pentacles, and also the Ten of Swords. This is coming through as a really clear message, Taurus, that once again, the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups is about being individually happy. It's about having all your ducks in a row and not relying on anyone else for your own happiness. And there's definitely a situation around you that's not making you happy here, Taurus. Your advice is to end something and to maybe be single for a period of time. This has to do with like being willing to openly engage in conflict with another individual around you, or even multiple people around you, depending on the degree to which you've just been keeping everything in and not expressing to multiple people, potentially. So let's go ahead now and get into this reading and see why all this stuff is here for you. Let's go ahead and clarify why the Fool is your challenge, Taurus. Why is the Fool your challenge for March 2023? Let's go ahead and see. The Fool in your challenge is clarified by the Four of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and also the Empress card when it comes to your challenge. So your biggest challenge here, Taurus, definitely has to do with you removing yourself from a situation for a period of time or putting some sort of boundary up. So there's some sort of new direction that you need to move in when it comes to pulling your energy back from a situation. But it really has to do with putting yourself first as well. Like you have this Empress here when it comes to your challenge. So for those of you dealing with a complicated love situation with that stubborn person that I keep telling you about, you need to know that this is what you deserve. And if you're more masculine, make this the Emperor, Taurus. Like there's something about you having to like say what you need to say and then let the chips fall where they may. Because if you keep this whole thing in, you're basically going to continue to live some sort of like lie, is what I'm getting, in a relationship. Like you need this from someone, and if this person can't give it to you, then you need to find someone else who can. Ask wonderfully and receive graciously here, Taurus, okay? Now, there is a very clear message coming through about the details about how you need to handle this big talk or this big shift that you're making with someone, maybe pulling your energy back from them from a period of time. The way that you ask, the way that you deliver is more important than what you deliver. So if you're asking someone for something, like your partner, if you make it a really big deal, they're going to also make it a really big deal. If you can kind of just be like casual about it, they'll also be casual. Like if you need to ask for an apology, don't be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I messed up so much. Just be like, whatever, like next time I won't do that. And then they'll have that same energy. Now, that's not for all of you, but I did have to say that to some of you. Or even if you're giving this constructive criticism to someone around you who you know you can see they're messing up, like your own personal definitions about how they're going to respond or the way that you deliver it will really influence the situation. And so the reason, there's a lot of just like putting it out there and then like letting the chips fall where they may. Okay, so like be kind of like cold about it. You know, be like, this is the situation. But not like standoffish. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see why the Five of Wands is here, Taurus, in your opportunity because there's someone around you who's meant to be very special. I keep getting this. There's someone that you're in contact with, Taurus. You have a very affinity, you have a loyalty to this person, and so part of the reason you're not going to course correct them or say what you feel about them is because you're loyal. And you don't want to like piss this person off, but you're not actually helping them by holding in a valuable, like, yeah, you know, like, let's see why the Five of Wands is here, Taurus, for you and your opportunity. You know, like, that's my motto, like, on this channel, even with tarot, like, the truth is the truth, and I will speak it. If you cannot handle it, that is not my problem. That's basically the energy that you have to kind of come at this with. Not cold, but like neutral. Does that make sense? Being neutral about it. Being like, I don't care what you do, I just see this and I wanted to let you know. You know what I mean? That's more with the creative person that you see has a lot of potential. When it comes to this love thing, maybe a little bit different, maybe more complicated because someone is more stubborn in that situation. Let's see why the Five of Wands is here. I know I keep saying it, but let's go ahead and see. This is your opportunity. Five of Wands and your opportunity is clarified by the Page of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and also the Queen of Swords here in your opportunity. The first thing that's coming to mind is this Page of Cups to the Three of Pentacles here. Someone around you who is very creative that you're meant to even potentially collaborate with down the line, or even more immediately, is being a little bit immature. Like they're not really attacking life with the proper gusto. So you're meant to motivate someone that you're meant to eventually work with, or this could be a coworker that you have right now. Someone's not doing something correctly, and you can clearly see it. So it's time to intervene on their better half. Even if they hate you for it, they'll thank you for it later. And if they don't thank you for it later, then they're never going to make a change, and they're going to continue to be on this crappy lifeline anyway, so you might as well not entangle your energy with that. Now, the Five of Wands, again, you also have this Ten of Cups, and you have the Queen of Swords here when it comes to this. So, with this energy, there could be something about some sort of competition around you, or like you understanding a deeper truth, and maybe it's hard for you to admit to. I'm not really connecting to that Queen of Swords, Ten of Cups. So use your intuition about it. That's all I'm going to say. Mercury is absolutely obliterating my chart right now, so it's really hard for me to even do these readings right now, but I'm doing it anyway because I need to get this information to you for March. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this overall energy. Why is the King of Swords here? Because this is the person you're dealing with. I'm picking up on this is the person you're dealing with here, Taurus. For a lot of you, the Ten of Cups to the Queen of Swords is like admitting to the Five of Wands is like there are better options for you in love, but it may be very hard for you to release your attachment to someone around you who's very stubborn. But let's see why the King of Swords is here in your overall general energy. King of Swords in your overall general energy is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Judgment card, and the Page of Pentacles here, Taurus. So, with this energy, I really feel like there's a judgment on the person you're committed to, and you also have, remember, the Judgment card in your advice, and now it's here in your opportunity. This represents a major shift in consciousness that you have around commitment to some sort of King of Swords figure in your life. This is someone who's very stubborn. This could be even a work commitment for some of you that you're realizing, I don't want to do this anymore, and I want to start my own thing, right? Because you have the Judgment card, Queen of Pentacles, potentially turning into a Page of Pentacles. So you could be questioning authority, but for a lot of you, this does have to do with a relationship, and it has to do with you realizing that if you were to bring your true self to the table, and you were to stop hiding, then this relationship wouldn't work. So basically, it's about admitting that you're in this gray area with a relationship or a situationship with a lover, something romantic, that, like, you're not like really, like it's like that's why the Fool is your challenge, because there's something that you're meant to change when it comes to this commitment level in your life, but it's hard for you to do this. So let's keep going to what you don't see coming. Let's see what the Tower is here. Why is a Tower and what you don't see? Okay. Well, the Tower is clarified by the Five of Wands, the Hanged Man, and also the Six of Pentacles here. And the Five of Wands is also your challenge, Taurus. So there's some sort of blow up here when it comes to you surrendering to some sort of deeper truth within yourself is what I'm getting. Or once again, you have the Judgment card twice. That's seeing something from a different perspective when it comes to a relationship, when it comes to other people around you. This could even be happening on multiple different, different areas of your relationships, like a friendship, a lover. It could all be happening at once. That's why there's a lot of people here. I also think it's, if you were to stop playing games, it would fall apart. If you were to be this is really what I'm getting from this now, Taurus. Like, the Five of Wands is about, it's coming through as, playing some sort of game with another person. And so if you were to surrender that game, there would probably be a tower, but that tower is actually built upon truth. And so that's why you have the Six of Pentacles here, even exchanging, being real. The Six of Pentacles does have an element of, realness to it, So, just be aware of that. So let's keep going, and let's go ahead and just get to your advice. Taurus, why is the Judgment card here? in your advice, because the Judgment card also came out when it came to that King of Swords energy. So some of you, I'm just going to be honest, are being loyal to a fault. You have a false sense of loyalty. Part of it could just be because you're trying to be comfortable. Part of it also could just be because you have guilt for letting go or something. I don't know. Let's see what the Judgment card is here in your advice. Okay, well, obviously this has to do with love or someone very close to you. You have the Two of Cups popping out. Two of Cups, Chariot, and also the Knight of Cups here. Okay, so with this being in your advice, Taurus, I do feel like there's the universe is advising you to move in a new direction when it comes to your love life. For some of you, this does not involve like breaking up with someone or breaking up with some creative person that you're loyal to in some sort of way, but it does have to do with changing the energy. Like the Chariot is about being divinely protected. It's also about being free to move in any direction that you want. So it doesn't mean you have to terminate a relationship, but you do have to move it. Does that make sense? Let's also see why the Ten of Swords is here, though, in your advice. Ten of Swords in your advice is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and also the Five of Swords. This has to do with admitting incompatibility with someone that you're very committed to already, or you have plans to commit to them. That's why the King of Swords is the Hierophant, right? All this commitment energy, you're challenged to the Empress. Now you have this energy, right? So I would be very careful about making long-term plans with someone that you clearly see is stubborn or has a character defect that is going to make you misaligned with them into the future. Someone here, Taurus, is not on the same page as you, and they're already not on the same page as you when you're keeping things in. When you bring your truth to the table, there is a potential here that someone is going to get angry and really... That's why the Tower is here and what you don't see coming. If you can just surrender to some sort of deeper truth. Also, don't be afraid to take time out for yourself. You don't need anyone in this life, Taurus. I don't care what people tell you. So with that being said, well, we do need each other, but like we need each other to be real as well. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude this reading, Taurus. I would say don't let love blind you. Don't let loyalty blind you. I'm not saying that you don't have to keep these loyalties, but there needs to be a big change. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude this reading. I'll talk to you next time.